Welcome to the Clear Shots Podcast with Seth Skinner and Jake Jones.
Hey guys, it's Jake from the Clear Shots Podcast, and this is part 2 of episode 60 with other Jake. Hope you enjoy.
Don't give him clear shot. Don't give him clear shot. Don't give him clear shot. Don't give him clear shot.
It's one of my favorites, I think, because it's like it's a podcast that is completely just like making fun of them, because it's like they're all like Jim Norton is playing a character, and he's got two yes men. And then he's got the other guests that come on that are like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Okay, so
like,
they're all characters. Everyone's
they're all like working off of each other.
That's significantly lamer than it was before. Like
they
I honestly, you could have just left it at like he has these people come on and like. Well, I mean, even if it's shitty, they come back. It's like the Eric Andre show.
I guess, yeah, that's the way it's set up. But you realize that later in. But in the beginning of the show, when he was talking to that guy about like the wheelchair pranks, they used to actually have people call in thinking it was a real show, and that's the funniest shit.
That is wicked good.
That's when it gets like so absurd. And, like he tries to keep them on the phone as long as possible and see how fucked up he can get before they hang up. Yeah,
I like that. That's punching down, but I like it a lot.
Yeah,
that's all you gotta do is punch down.
Like,
well, that's the thing that I like about Eric Andre is because he's getting like people who are like significantly richer than he is on the show, and just like putting them in like the most uncomfortable situation they've ever been in.
Except for Dennis Rodman.
Except for Dennis Rodman. True. Dennis Rodman has no money. That man's just all debt.
Well, the thing is, he's never been in a situation he's not comfortable with.
So I don't know if you guys have ever had this happen before. My mom is on the phone right now.
Oh shit! Can we get her on?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Ma.
Hi.
I'm on a podcast right now.
He's on a podcast right now. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. What are you dropping Novali off?
No, I'm around the corner from your house. I was just calling to let you know I'm at that house.
Okay. Go ahead and text Kat and let her know that you're around the corner, and I'm gonna be home probably about an hour or so.
Tell her to say hi.
Okay.
All right.
Very good.
Okay, I love you.
Love
Bye.
you too.
Love you.
They love you too.
So there's an appearance
Eric Andre,
from Jake's mom.
This is the way I look at Eric Andre. He's almost like an evolved form of the Tim and Eric show, right?
Yeah.
That's like
he's a kind of
a more
show.
interactive version of the Tim and Eric show, and he's had significantly more like very intense guest stars. Like
he's more famous than Tim and Eric probably.
At this point, maybe.
I think he came out right.
He's a little bit more.
He's certainly got more of a social media presence.
He's easier to
on
access,
Instagram.
I think.
Yeah.
There's less of a barrier to entry.
Yeah, I think if you were gonna like make a list of your 3 favorite Eric Andre episodes and your 3 favorite Tim and Eric episodes,
it'd be a lot
and show them to somebody, they would be so confused with Tim and Eric. As we're all like pissing ourselves laughing, like
right.
Yeah, like we would definitely enjoy it significantly more than someone that we pulled off the street. Like, hey, you like Dadaist humor? We're like, no, I don't. Well, come watch Tim and Eric. You know,
I'm of the camp that thinks Tim and Eric and Adult Swim really, really shaped the way comedy is now.
Definitely.
I really think that because if you ever looked at the ratings. Adult Swim is the most watched channel, and I think the demographic is 16-year-olds to 42-year-olds or something like that.
That's a pretty wide net.
Yeah, like bar none.
Yeah,
like because when Adult Swim first came out, 20 years ago, at least. So you're looking at people that were like in their early 20s when it first came out.
Yeah,
that. Now it's the way it is now.
Yeah, those were the good old days.
You know, Space Ghost and Aqua Teen and Harvey Birdman. But yeah, I'm of the camp that thinks Adult Swim shaped modern humor.
Yeah,
it certainly did.
I feel like it definitely had a major your hand in it.
There's a different style to it now. There's a different it's almost like there's an awkward part of it that's the funny part now,
Yeah.
Didn't South Park joke about that?
Like
With
the
the
more
funny
unpleasant it is, the more funny it is.
Yeah, it was the one with the funny bot, right?
Yeah.
Where it was talking about how there's a setup.
Awkward.
Yeah. And then it slaughtered all the people in the fucking
Yeah. Why is that, do you think? It's got to be it can't just be because it's funny. It's got to be so relatable.
Yeah, I mean,
why is it so relatable?
Because it's unexpected.
think?
Something that is unexpected is more likely to make you laugh.
Right.
Than
That's the thing.
Something that you've encountered.
And I think
times.
we've said it before is you take the audience in one direction with your setup, and then at the last second you swerve.
You just switch.
Oh,
it,
you pull
It's
a
bait and
fucking
switch.
you pull a BFAM D&D DM on the audience like he did fucking yesterday.
Oh, I know this. I watched that episode.
Oh my god. No, he really pulled the wool over our eyes yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get into that in a second because it's a
You gotta be careful. Now he's just gonna twist it just
Solid
nonstop.
5-10
It's just gonna
minutes.
be like
yeah, we can't say
twisting
it
and
out
twisting
here.
and twisting.
Well,
and
if we say it
twisting.
on here, he's gonna know.
Yeah.
What
And then
we're
it's just
saying.
gonna be like the most boring campaign.
Well, he already
For like 3 months
No,
straight.
he already knows because we talked about it yesterday. But I'll say it later
Okay.
when he's not listening. I'll just
He's
like
listening
30
right
minutes
now,
from
for
now I'll
sure.
be like,
You're
if
listening,
you're
BFAM.
Brian, you stop listening
Yeah.
because you're not gonna like this.
Plug
part.
your ears, Brian.
We just talk about how great aluminum isn't.
Yeah.
And then he's
following
fucking
part-
A,
yeah.
they got me.
The
It is a
following
pretty-
part of this
pretty awesome
podcast is
metal.
for Jim Booney only.
Yeah, but no, I think it's almost.
Jim, come get your damn land. It's a free house.
I think and this happened a lot with certain music too. People always they put Adult Swim in the bag of stoner comedy and stuff like that,
Kinda,
which
yeah.
really isn't doing it justice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's definitely not fair for sure because I think it's a lot more. I think it's got a lot more of a wide appeal than that.
Yeah,
I think it's got. I think it's to the untrained eye, it's just stupid shit.
Yeah.
And there's no nuance to it. But the more you watch it, the more you recognize the depth of it.
Yeah.
dude.
It's an insane amount
Yeah.
of and they not only that, but like Eric Andre, for example, they bring people on that show and they know exactly what is going to piss them off. Like Lou Ferrigno. Like when they brought Lou
Oh
Ferrigno
my
on and they had
God,
that
yeah.
tiny Asian man painted in green,
Yeah.
sitting super close to him and just
It's just a good idea.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's so good. Or nothing brings me more joy than the episode when they brought Stacey Dash on and sicked rats on her.
yeah.
They fucking
they
put
have rats under her chair.
There were rats underneath the desk and they just released rats. And she was barefoot. She was barefoot on the already glass and Cheeto littered fucking hotel floor that they were on.
I love the one where he has oh my god, he has oh no.
Oh,
The chick from The Hills. She was on MTV's The Hills or whatever. Lauren Conrad.
Oh my
When
god.
he fucking
When
he threw up on the desk and blows bubbles into it.
Yeah.
No, he was eating it.
He was eating it. Is
He
that
was
what
eating
doing?
it, yeah.
Slurping it up or whatever.
Yeah, he was talking about that on Larry King. He was like, I puked on the desk and Lauren Conrad was on and I ate it in front of her. So the publicist was furious. Her PR person was so mad.
That's punching
problem
up.
is, at a certain point.
That's what I like about it. Because it's
punching
punching
up.
up, man. It's
That's the thing, though. At a certain point, these guests know what they're signing up for.
Yeah.
If you do it the
have
first couple
to.
seasons,
That's
it's
why
fine.
that show was so fucking brilliant.
after 4 seasons,
Like,
that's the
you
thing.
have to
Yeah.
know.
Just
but-
like Nathan For You.
Those kind of shows,
Nathan
yes.
For You.
The
Same
longevity
production
isn't
company.
there because they don't. They once you're recognized, even Jackass did that shit. Where they were on the streets, it's eventually you're gonna get recognized. Everybody's gonna know who Johnny Knoxville is.
Do you think Jackass was the another thing that really influenced a lot of people.
I think they were big. I think they did not so much in stunts because I think people recognized how dangerous the stunts were, but I think like as far as like street pranks and things like that, they definitely fucking brought that to light.
Yeah.
It was a thing before that, for sure.
Who was it? Tom Green?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, you even had shows that were just people like fucking doing random shit. Even Dave Attell did shit on Insomniac.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, that was the thing. It was just kind of I don't know. It was part of the culture before, but they amplified it for sure.
Yeah.
Because it was the 90s and everybody was bored.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I like about like Eric
The
Andre
90s?
and yeah, the 90s for sure was
David
Jackass. Actually, that was like the first rated R film I had ever watched was Jackass.
It was Jackass?
Yeah.
It's a classic.
It was really fucking good. Every time I hear Turning Japanese, I think about like the thing,
Yeah.
like the
I always miss I want to go back and just watch all three of the movies, and there was a series too. So if you think about how much shit they did, that's crazy.
how are they not
Dead.
dead?
Well,
Like
some of
how,
them are, but
like they've set off
them never
fireworks in their own assholes multiple every film at least.
Yeah.
like the Steve-O butt chugging shit is hilarious.
Yeah.
The fucking
Horrifying.
Knoxville getting knocked out by Butterbean in the fucking
That
jewelry
one
store.
is so good.
Butterbean.
My favorite one, and it's only because it gives my dad... It makes my dad physically uncomfortable, is when they do the slingshot with the fucking porta potty.
Oh.
Yeah.
As soon as it goes up... When it goes up, it's not bad. But when it goes down
shit all
and it
comes
goes... and it makes that noise, like the... like, my dad gags every time. He hates it.
It's a repulsive thing. It's a terrible thing to have
You know what?
happen
Now
to
that
you.
I'm thinking about it, I think Jackass 2 might have been the first rated R movie I ever saw.
Jackass 2?
It was my cousin's 13th birthday, so I was... I saw 300 before Jackass 2.
I heard something with Steve-O not too long ago where he was talking about the one where they were in the hallway and they were reading the Valentine on the wall with the fist
with the
thing.
Yeah.
He was saying that they wanted Mike Tyson to be the guy that was behind
Punching
the fucking
through
thing,
the wall?
punching through with
That
a
would have
cane.
been
He'd
so
hurt
good.
someone. He definitely would have killed someone.
That would have been fucking
Guaranteed.
great.
Like, wait, bare knuckle?
Like probably with a boxing glove, I would imagine, but
Brass
it's still hilarious. It was still wicked fucking good,
That was
especially because
amazing.
like the text gets smaller and they're like they get closer and closer to try and
When I
read it.
when I rewatched that one, I laugh wicked hard, but I laugh even harder when Wee Man gets up there.
Yeah,
but
he's
I
on the
laugh
chair.
even harder when Johnny Knoxville is like, "Why would there be a chair right
Yeah.
there for you to stand on?" Like,
There's just
he
a chair in the
buys into
hallway.
it. I love the slap hand too with the soup.
Yeah, they walk through the doorway
like-
and they just let the hand go.
He's like, "I knew there was something up. Why else would you ask me to bring all this soup in here?"
so giant tray of hot soup. It's so
Makes me
good.
think about the ramen I made the other night.
Oh, I made ramen the other night.
Ramen. Yeah, last weekend. I showed everyone pictures. I made a point to show everyone who came into the house.
He's like,
pictures
I
of the
need
ramen.
everyone to know about
I
this ramen.
did need everyone to know. It was fucking. I made ramen with like real deal bone broth
You did say that. I
and
remember
fucking.
that. You made it a
like,
point.
I don't
Yeah.
think he did.
and a ton of veggies like bok choy.
Oh yeah. You had the hard soft boiled egg.
Yeah, soft like marinated soft boiled eggs. It was really good. It was really fucking good. I'm actually making more tonight. It's gonna be so fun.
You're just gonna eat it. You're just gonna make it every night now.
Yeah, I probably will.
You might as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, every president's been shit.
Really? I mean, actually, every president has been absolute dog shit.
I don't know, man.
They don't make enough ramen is the problem.
It's true.
I've been thinking a lot.
You can have
about,
anything though. Like, as the president, you can have any meal you want.
Yeah, that's
Have
why
someone
Trump
send
gets McDonald's, dude.
Yeah. Did you know the lady who makes sushi at Price Chopper? She actually
Made
catered
sushi.
Obama once.
That's
She made sushi for Obama once.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Obama's like
Her sushi's phenomenal.
Obama's like I have a
I had it before.
Obama's like I have a very specific request.
Yeah.
I need Oswego Price Chopper
Could I
sushi,
get-
right?
Could I get sushi from shittiest little town in
An
the United
upstate
States?
New York town.
The most irradiated, shittiest little town with the highest racist count per capita. That's what I need.
Racism,
And give me the tiniest little Asian woman to make.
racism and heroin. We talked about heroin a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Who's doing heroin? Like, you never...
Yeah, it's a lot...
Isn't that scary?
It's a lot more significant than you think.
I
And
know,
that's the
that's-
scary part.
That's
That's
the scary
what I
thing.
mean.
Is,
It's like
is that,
we
like,
hear about
so
so many
many-
people doing it, but you never see anybody doing it.
I know so many people, and I see so many people all the time.
Yeah.
There's at least got to be one of my friends that is secretly doing heroin, and there's nothing I can do about
It's
it.
me,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, you might as well.
Well, I guess there's nothing I can do.
I mean, the
about it.
world is ending.
Yeah, nobody would know.
Like,
It's got to be great if people are ruining their lives over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they're making their lives better.
Well, I mean, have you ever had morphine? Because that's what heroin is morphine.
Yeah,
It's the most addictive substance on the
I never
planet.
did morphine, but I was on those really cool OxyContin pills for a couple of years.
It's better than OxyContin.
Yeah, that's why.
I've been on morphine, and I'll tell you what, man, like, every problem that I had from, like, day naught to right up until then. I had mesenteric lymphadenitis, which is basically when a lymph node in your abdomen expands to about this... It's usually about the size of, like, the head of a knee, like a pin. And it expanded to the size of a lima bean. So
Like
I
when
was in the
Ant-Man
most
climbs up
excruciating...
Thumos' ass and expands.
Yep, exactly. I was in the most excruciating pain of my life. It felt like my spleen had exploded. And 3 seconds after I had morphine in my bloodstream, I didn't feel anything at all.
Yeah,
Nothing.
you didn't care about shit.
Like, I was happy. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like you could get me to admit to anything.
You know
at
how they
that
get
point.
you with
Like,
that, though, is that your dick doesn't work.
Is that true?
I could never get hard when I
My
was
dick
on
don't work,
painkillers.
man.
Yeah,
Actually,
I could see that.
I could get hard. I couldn't come when I was on painkillers. That's how they get you.
It's the
Well, I
edging
mean-
pill.
Would you rather? Yeah,
is,
true.
yeah.
Would you rather not be able to get hard for a year or not be able to come for a year?
Oh. I feel like one probably feeds into the other. Like, if you're soft and you're coming, that's probably not a good idea. That's,
'cause
that's a
it's
discharge.
it's like oozing out.
Yeah.
Like-
that's not.
Well,
that's not
no,
cum.
you can
That's
still
discharge.
do
That's-
it.
you get
well,
checked out.
like no. What if it comes out at like the same speed, but you're just soft? Yeah.
That's
It's just
terrifying.
like-
I hate that.
Like, comes out
I hate that.
Like a big bubble,
Well, I would imagine. I would imagine it has
like
to slow
a viscous bubble.
That's the most repulsive thing I've ever
down. It has
heard.
to slow
That's-
down
I
because it
take
has
that-
to have a curved track. It's not going through a straight barrel, you know. So it has to slow down a little bit.
I feel like the length of time that we were on that subject was not super long, but it was too long. Like-
I had another hypothetical, and I brought this up at the nursing home the other day. This isn't bad at all, really.
I don't care.
Would you rather have every single flavor for the rest of your life be a random flavor, or would you only want one flavor for the rest of your
So,
life?
like,
So it's
the
like
every
Birdie Bot's
flavor-
every flavored beans
Yeah,
life,
yeah, I was just gonna say
or
that.
or you're fucking the.
Well, it's not
Pirates
gonna
from
be.
Pirates of
It's
the
not gonna be
Caribbean.
like shit or piss or anything. It's gonna be like
You get to pick the flavor.
You get like if you're gonna pick one flavor for the rest of your life, you get to pick it. But if you go with random one, then it's random.
Does someone else get to pick the random flavor? Is it algorithmic, or does someone?
Is it actually RNG?
It's
Like,
a
is it
random.
random
It's a
number
random flavor each day.
Okay.
That makes it a
Okay.
little because we were talking about it at work extensively. He's like, well, what
I
if you
mean-
have like chips? Is every chip going to be a different flavor? At first, I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
yeah,
is every
but-
sip of a drink going to be a different flavor?
No, it's just going to be every 24 hours.
every 24 hours.
Your
okay,
flavor
so,
changes.
Okay,
So if you get
every-
unlucky though, then
Yeah.
you're not
For a
eating
whole
for
day?
a couple days.
Yeah.
For a whole
probably.
day or two.
yeah, for a day.
Imagine
okay,
how
but-
anxiety inducing it must be for it to be like 12:01 a.m. and then you're like, you take a sip of water and you're like,
it's
oh,
piss.
this is piss
I would, yeah.
Or
I
this
think
is
you
blood.
gotta go with one flavor
for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
because, like, I think you would just get used to it, and you would just be doing it for sustenance, right? Like, you just
Yeah.
be eating and drinking
Kind
for
of, yeah.
sustenance.
But then you would never really enjoy anything ever again.
Yeah, I feel like you would develop an eating disorder no matter what you chose.
Right? Oh yeah,
Like-
maybe.
If you picked one flavor that you love, you would gorge on it until you hated it, and then
Yeah.
you would stop
Yeah.
eating
You'd
because
be
you
over
hated
it. Yeah, like I would pick like sushi with like just a little bit of wasabi, and I would probably be sick of it within a week. Guaranteed.
Yeah, that's why I would
You
pick
can't
the
eat
random
sushi
one.
every day.
Because like if you do random flavors, you get a bad flavor. You can just not eat for a day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then what happens if you get another bad flavor the next day?
Well,
and
you
the
gotta
next
power
day,
through
and
it,
the
man.
next
You
day?
gotta
Well, you
power
could
through it.
survive without food for what, like
Like,
months?
at least a month or
Like,
two. The big thing is water.
Yeah.
You need to hydrate. but you could also probably just like like.
Water's like flavorless though, right? Already.
But it would have a flavor.
It just gets one.
Yeah, because I can't be like, yeah, but water's water, because that's just cheating. Because then you could just like drink water and eat like high density things.
Yeah. Okay, but what if you woke up like you either have a really funny accent, or every day you wake up and you have a different accent?
Every day is a different one.
A different accent.
I'm like that mid conversation, so I would probably pick that one.
Yeah, true.
That one would be pretty exotic. I think.
But wait, what's the funny accent?
I don't know.
Who decides what the funny is? Is it like one that's
or
so
you have
funny?
a different voice?
Is it one that's so funny that you laugh while you're talking?
Yeah.
So you can never get a sentence out.
Yeah. Or it's like a different person's voice. Like you wake up and you have someone else's voice.
That could be dangerous.
Like a child's voice. Like.
Okay, today we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Here, Mrs.
Yeah, if you're like a college professor or something.
Here, Mrs. Smith, I finished your tax return the other day. You owe $600 to the state, but you're getting $700 back from the government. Here's your estimated tax plan.
I think it's definitely harder to take someone seriously like that for sure.
Guaranteed.
But
I didn't take you seriously at all.
If it's random, if it's random, you could end up with those days anyway, right? So
Yep.
it's like you might as well just go with it, you know.
I think this is the pear one.
That's the pear one. Right
What's the pear one? You could tell.
Yeah, it looks like a pear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's vaguely pear-shaped.
I love hypotheticals though, dude. What was the one at D&D yesterday? Oh, it was, would you rather take 5 years off your life or let somebody put a house centipede in your ass?
What?
Would you
I
rather?
guess, okay, so it's like a would you rather... Like,
Would you
so
rather-
neither of those options are good.
No. They're both pretty bad. But like when you think about it, the house centipede is only going to be in your ass for like a few minutes before
Yeah.
it dies.
But, like, house
That
centipedes are
few-
vaguely
those
poisonous,
few
too.
minutes
So,
are gonna
like, you
suck.
might come away with, like...
minutes.
Yeah.
With something
few
just
minutes.
something with a like dozens
Like,
of
what if
legs,
you
just like,
accidentally crush it in your asshole and it releases its poison into your colon? You could end up with some serious problems.
Yeah.
I would rather lose 5 years. I've been telling my mom I wouldn't make it to 30 since I was like 15 years old. So like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting to not have 5 years anyway.
Right. So 5 more years ain't shit.
Yeah.
But like, what if your time of death was supposed to be like 6 months from now? Does that mean you retroactively lose?
You retroactively die. You just cease existing. Like 5 years
You like
ago.
sign the contract and all of a sudden you fade
Oh, that's
away.
sad.
Yeah. It's like
Oh man!
That's sad.
Then we butterfly effect everything.
Yeah.
You got to put the centipede in your ass.
yeah, but
dude.
at least
You
you
really
don't.
do. There's people. There are people
There's
who you're responsible
millions
for.
of people that will be affected if you like.
If I died 5 years ago, like so many people, 5 years ago, that's younger than that's like less time than my daughter's been alive. I gotta take the centipede, man.
Yeah.
I gotta
guess.
like have
But
a
at least if
centipede
you-
in my ass. I guess.
you don't have a choice.
You
I mean,
really
I'm
don't.
kind of living that life already. Like whatever it takes.
I'm
Whatever it
so
takes to
happy.
support my
I'm so happy
family,
that the
you know?
first part was just like strict politics and social justice, and now it's like centipede.
I think that's critical, honestly. I think, and
To,
you guys
like,
are gonna
let-
break
to,
this
like,
up into 2
let-
parts. Like,
yeah, we are.
if you want politics, watch part 1. If you want funny shit, it's part 2.
Yeah, dude, I just.
I mean, they're both kind of funny.
No, I
relatively, yeah.
thought the first one was fun because you're like one of the few people that can talk to me on my level.
Yeah.
Because you've known me for so long. So many other people I could be like, but he's subjectively okay.
Yeah.
I'd get hit.
Yeah.
But you know I'm
Well,
kidding.
yeah, I mean, I recognize, like, I mean, you've been talking about how, like, your entire existence is basically satire of, like, who you
It
actually
basically
are
is,
for, like,
yeah.
the longest time.
It mostly is. Yeah.
But, like,
That's why all of his Facebook posts are the ones that everyone gets pissed at. But which I don't understand, like why people
Like, you
don't
haven't been
recognize
paying
that.
attention.
That's
because
every
I
one
only
of your
because I
posts.
only show up every few months. So like the people that are like, if you look at that Cardi B post, we're not going back to that, but that Cardi B post, everybody that commented like adding to it how inspiring she was is people that I've been friends with for a long time. But there's always going to be somebody that's seeing something I say for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's when I laugh the hardest. But anyway,
yeah, man, I don't know. Like,
what bugs scare you the most?
what bugs? Spiders, easily.
Really?
Spiders, yeah.
We had this conversation yesterday
I
too.
hate spiders.
Like any kind of spider?
Yeah, pretty much any kind. It doesn't even necessarily have to be biologically a spider. Like, if it's vaguely spider shaped, I don't like ticks.
If it's kind of a
I don't like
Isn't
daddy
that,
long legs. Yeah, if
isn't
it's
that
kind
like
of a spider.
You ever seen a camel spider before?
Yes, I have.
Those are awful.
That's
Are
terrifying.
they the size
If
of a
I'm
camel?
gonna find
It's all knees. It's the whole thing is knees.
I'm gonna find my old phone because my cousin Brandon was stationed in Afghanistan for a long time, and there's a video of him fucking cooking one over a fire and eating it.
Ew.
Yeah, he got paid like $20.
No,
I mean,
no,
if
no.
it's cooked, it's cooked, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I don't like scorpions, dude. Scorpions kind of scare me. But I think it's because
are
I've never seen
wicked
one.
scary. Scorpion is like a spider with a fucking knife taped to it.
Yeah.
Crab
Like,
battle.
I could never, like, yeah. It's like crab battle.
This thing's armor is like a
It's
tank.
fucking battle bots,
I have a
dude.
scorpion somewhere.
There's a Japanese show, actually, Bug Battle or some shit, where they get fucking different species of dangerous insect to fight each other.
Really?
It's entertaining, but also super unsettling. I think I don't really like bugs in general. Like,
Yeah.
not even a good Pokemon type.
I think bugs are interesting, but I don't want them near me.
Like, I mean, the eyes,
That's a
the
scorpion.
fucking mouth. It's just so alien, you know? And
Yeah.
the thing about it is like, we're more alien than bugs are. We've been around, like, significantly less time. And I think it's just, like, a survival instinct that we've developed evolutionarily.
He's never come out of there either. He's been in there.
No,
Yeah,
for like,
he was born
for like
there.
a split second, I was like, dude, if he closes his claw, I'm whipping this across the room.
Talk about hypotheticals.
Yeah, right? Yeah, but so I'm going to go back because we're talking about alien things. So I watched The Predator yesterday. Wicked awful movie. But it had me thinking, like, do you think that if there was if the predator species was real, they would probably like take us over in like a couple days, right?
That's not their that's
not
not
their
creed.
agenda,
That's,
right?
That's not what they're
They
about.
hunt people down.
They're about hunting for like it's like a rite of passage.
If
for
they
their
wanted
young.
to, do you think they would?
If they wanted to, easily.
What about xenomorphs?
Easily. Every single one of them has a nuclear bomb attached to their
That's
wrist.
wicked true. I think predators are wicked fucking cool though, dude. Like the whole concept of it, and it's almost very.
It seems like
I don't know if I'm allowed to-
They're
dangerous to
honorable.
have.
And like,
Are you allowed to
know,
say they're like? It's almost like Oriental. You can say Oriental, right?
you can't say Oriental.
You can't say
Oriental was
Oriental.
a term that originated in like 1890 to describe like Asian people.
Okay,
and we
so
were
it's like
colonizing
it's an Asian.
It's definitely Eastern for sure.
Asian.
I'd
Yeah.
say
Pretty
I'd say
retarded, let's be honest.
Wow!
Slams the
Well,
R
it just reminds me of like samurais. I guess is what I want to say. It reminds me of samurai.
Yeah, well, and the thing about like the Predator lore is there's been humans in Predator that like they like
They
respected and like painted
Oh,
like
like,
on the cheeks and like Alien versus
AVP.
Predator. And there's also like comics, like there's an expansion on like the whole H.R. Geiger universe, like, and they were.
Oh, have you?
Or is it
fucking-
H.R. Geiger?
Yeah,
No, it's Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott? Yeah.
Yeah,
Same-
the Ridley.
same
H.R.
guy.
Geiger.
Yeah,
created
basically
it.
the same dude.
Did you read? Fuck. I didn't read it, but I found this guy. I'll send him to you because you like the Alien and Predator universe
Yeah.
too. I don't know how you.
I didn't like AVP, but I like that universe. I think there's a lot to be done in that universe.
You'd probably like it too because it's like an audiobook sort of thing.
I don't know what aliens are.
It's
I've
this
never
guy.
seen one, so I don't know.
That's
It's
true.
It's this guy on YouTube,
They're always talking about aliens, but you never see any.
and he has like all the graphic novels and comic books for like the Alien universe, and he
Yep.
does basically an audiobook but with the shots of the pages while he does it.
Yeah.
And there's a wicked cool one about how, you know, I don't want to spoil anything, but basically, like, the whole concept of the story is that the
Aliens are fake news.
the world's military figures out a way to actually tame the aliens the way that they wanted to in the
Like the
movies.
xenomorphs?
They tame the xenomorphs,
Oh, no.
and it gets fucking crazy.
I think isn't that like Alien 3? There's like they're trying to experiment with the aliens. They end up
Resurrection.
making Resurrection, where they
No,
make
you're
a
thinking
clone.
of
The best one. That's the best. That's the best one. Who
thought
you
that was
expecting?
Monsters,
Santa
Inc.
Claus.
I thought that
You
was
remember
Monsters,
that,
Inc.
right?
Wait, no, that one's terrible. That one doesn't count.
Resurrection.
Yeah, that one doesn't count.
Where they make a weird like human faced clone of the xenomorph. It's got a fucking skull for a face.
Every scene is completely implausible.
So much.
It was pretty repulsive.
I pissed
I
pissed a bunch of my friends off so bad one night because it was movie night when I lived on Van Buren. We had like 6 people over, and it was my turn to pick the movie, and I picked Alien Resurrection, and it was so fun.
Salt.
No.
Everybody that had already seen it, there was like 2 people there that had already seen it that were wicked pissed, and everybody else was like, "Oh, well, I'll try it." And then by the halfway point, they were like, "Why?" What? We ended
It's
up
one of those
watching,
movies. It's like
I switched it to Bride of Chucky, so I think I pissed everybody off again.
Oh, that's like that's the Room of horror movies, and the Room is a horror movie. So like,
Have you seen the
It
Disaster
kind of
Artist?
is, yeah.
I haven't seen the Disaster
Have
Artist
you
yet.
seen it? It's great.
No, I need to see
I
that.
did just rewatch The Interview though last night.
Yeah.
It's so
We just talked
good.
about that movie, didn't we?
Not too long ago, I think.
I'm honestly
That's-
surprised like we haven't been reduced to like irradiated dust because of that movie.
It's because everybody's been playing too much Fallout, so they're trying to figure something else out.
Well,
They're like the Fallout and Wasteland games are so popular, like they're just
I mean, realistically, like everybody survived in Fallout. Like the bombs dropped, nobody died. It was just like everything was slightly dirtier, people were greener,
Yeah.
and like it's still people just walking around, just doing things.
My favorite thing is that the place where that would get the most bombs.
Is America?
Well, yeah, but specifically like California with all the industry and shit there. But then also like because the first 2 Fallouts are in California.
Yeah, they'd pretty much leave the
California is,
Bible
like,
Belt completely
untouched.
alone. Like, yeah,
California's like
completely
untouched.
fine.
New Vegas had a reason because Mr. House deactivated all the nukes before they landed in Las Vegas. But then also the fact that Washington D.C. is still standing.
Yeah, true.
I thought that
It's
was
just
so
fine,
stupid.
yeah.
No, because you would land one right on
It
the
would be
White House.
fucking leveled. It would be reduced to nothing. It would be a
It's just
perfectly
that-
flat, featureless surface. That's
Thing
how
is,
bombed it would
that,
be.
The reason they probably, it's like the fact that they would get that mad over a movie is kind of fucking stupid in the first place. But to nuke someone over a movie,
Yeah, right?
That's true.
is fucking
That's next level.
ridiculous.
Well, I mean, he's
Overreaction.
got to stand by his word, though. Like he
No, he
he
doesn't.
pretty much was like, he's like the next American insult that comes our way is gonna be bomb worthy.
No,
But
he's a
like, I
bitch.
think that was probably a CIA op. They were probably like, well, we can't get into North Korea, so we have to
Yeah.
make a movie that's so insulting to Kim Jong Un.
Yeah.
To like, he wouldn't have any other choice but to like try to bomb us.
They could have edited the movie and made it so he was actually just a badass through the entire thing,
Yeah,
and it wasn't all fake.
They do that like in North Korea.
They like if you wanted to really insult Kim Jong Un, you should just make a Hollywood movie
Talk about his dick size.
made up of all the actors, actresses, and directors and producers that everybody's been trashing, like James Gunn. Have James Gunn direct it? Just everybody that the American populace hates because of how
James Gunn's
awful-
back though.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back. They rehired him for Guardians 3. And actually, like, I wouldn't say James Gunn is the most reviled. I wouldn't say he's reviled.
Well,
at
I
all
guess Harvey
anymore.
Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
You know what I'm trying to get at, though?
Oh, yeah, I know
like
exactly
people,
what you're
people
trying
that
to
like
get
the
at,
general
like-
public hate. They're like, let's get all the people that everybody hates and have them make a movie about.
I don't
North
know that he
Korea.
would. I don't know that he would give a shit though, because
No?
he and like Trump are like super tight.
True. They like have a handshake. And
Weinstein
shit.
wasn't that bad, you know.
Oh, my God. Even I was like,
He was all right
that's not a
overall.
good reaction
you know?
out of me.
If you
Even
look
like
at
a
the gr-
satirical framework.
Yeah,
look at
once,
the
once
grand-
I'm like,
the grand scheme of things. you
Yeah.
know?
yeah.
I mean, he's no Hitler. Like,
Yeah.
You don't get points for that.
yeah, you don't get points for not being Hitler. Like not Hitler plus 5 morality points.
You know what's good though? I'm gonna go back to the Predator movie.
You know what? I want to touch on one more thing before we go back to Predator.
yeah.
Fable 1. You know how like
The game?
yes, the
Yes.
game. You know how you could pick up like items called crunchy chicks and eat them,
Yeah.
and like you would eat these living chicks, and it would add like +5 badness to you. Like, can you imagine if like humans actually existed on like a morality scale, and we just looked shittier the more shitty we were?
Oh, like don't you turn blue in Fable?
Yeah, you turn like blue, or you turn like gray, and you get like horns and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And if you're good, you get a little halo, and you're significantly lamer. Like,
Dude, way stupider.
way
Dude,
dumber looking.
Fable 2, I made my guy as
thing is, it's
tall
harder
and
to be
jacked.
to do the good shit though. You know,
It was
always-
harder to do the
it's
good
easier
shit.
to just be a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. I loved
that's like the point.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was it 2? 1 and 2 had it. They had, you could buy property, right?
yeah, you can buy it in
you
all
could
the
be a
games.
landlord. You could like buy an entire village and like
Yeah.
buy everybody out of the village, and then
Yeah.
next you go there like a week later and everybody's homeless and sad.
Yeah, the third one was the worst though because you were like the king.
I went in on that one so hard a
Me
while
too,
ago.
yeah.
I was so pissed about that.
Oh yeah, the fact that you were like the king, and it was like you were basically deciding like whether people live or die, and then it was like this just like absurd like
Yeah.
it was a hard like
The thing that made me the most mad about 3, I wish I could remember who we were talking about this with, because we went in on the Fable series for like 20 minutes.
Well, the fact that even existed in the first place is crazy.
The Fable
like
series?
The fact that there was
monarchies?
rulers that were just like, "Yep, you're
Yep.
dying."
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
yeah.
And that wasn't even that long ago.
No,
It was like the
it
other
was
day,
like the length of
a couple
yeah,
weeks ago.
It was shorter than the length that America's been around.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and we still have them. We still have people who are just like,
Yeah.
you know,
and did
you can't
they
insult like
ever
the
give
ruler.
the thumbs up? I'm
Or
pretty
they
sure
will
most
kill
of
you.
the time
The thumbs up was what killed you.
I thought it was down.
No, thumbs down let you live. That's the common misconception with
Really?
at least gladiators. Yeah.
What a cool piece of trivia. I like that a lot.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
the thumbs up meant that they died because that would make the crowd happy.
Well, that's cool because when I give the thumbs up, it means I'm in hell. So, like, it's like living the dream. Like, when you say live in the dream, it means
Dude,
I don't want to
love
fucking
it.
be
I
here.
love it when people say that. Somebody said that to one of my coworkers the other day. She's just like, oh, well, I'm glad she seems really happy. She said she's living the dream. And I'm like, no, she's pissed off at life.
Yeah.
How do you know? She's my age. That's how I know. And she said I'm living the dream and she's my age.
Yeah.
She's dead tomorrow.
Yeah. Guaranteed overdosing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I said that I was getting beer at a gas station. I was like, I'm living the dream. And this dude's like, oh, there's no dream. This is the life. And I'm like, it's the life insofar as I lack the language to express the complexity and nuance of the hell I'm existing.
You got a hell of a conversation with this
You're
guy.
right.
Oh, you
this is
said
the
that
fucking life.
verbatim to the
like,
guy?
it's verbatim, yeah.
He was just like,
And he was just like,
his nose started bleeding.
and that guy's going to kill himself now.
He's
Like, I'm alive out of
he's
spite.
like, that guy was so happy. He was buying beer.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fable 3 pissed me off because you not only were you the king, right? But they were like, all right, like week 1 of 50, prepare.
Yeah.
So on. So
You're
then
doing like a revolution.
you get to like week 30, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, here's the fucking final war. And it's like, wait a minute, I thought I had 20 more weeks to prepare.
Yeah.
And the game just shits on your
Yeah.
chest.
That's like the thing is like you are
to throw you off.
you're like revolting against like a pretender to the throne, your brother. And then you kill him and you become the king, and then it's like they give you this option to just betray all your people. And like they incentivize like fucking over your people and living in a capitalist fucking
I think
like
wasn't the
tyranny.
wasn't the message supposed to be, the real message was like, yeah, monarchies are stupid, but the message in the game was supposed to be like, your brother wasn't as bad as you thought because he had to do what he had to do to keep the kingdom running.
Yeah, that was basically the message. But also it was like this idea that
I never
like,
killed
everything
him,
comes
though.
at like a cost.
I never killed him. I let him live
Yeah.
because I just remember you get like a bonus.
You got to deal with the yin and yang.
You
man.
like make the people.
balance.
Yeah. The Mass Effect games are the best at that.
I wonder how
sort
many
of thing.
people have that shit tattooed on them, right?
Too
The
many.
yin and yang.
yin-
Dude,
Yang.
literally one person with that is too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all 30 or older though. Like it's
Yeah.
people who like came of age in like the 90s and they're
Yeah,
just like,
that's-
yo, I've been to Kathmandu once. Not the country, because it's not that
Just like
country
the
anymore.
store.
It's a fucking store. Like I've been to a Kathmandu franchise once and suddenly they're like smoking weed. I feel like there's only like one like
They're,
like
doing
there's only so many
salvia and
different
shit.
paths.
That hot. What's that?
No,
synthetic marijuana.
Oh,
Spice?
spice, yeah.
Oh no,
Spike.
shaman. They're doing
Yeah,
shaman.
yeah.
Oh,
Shaman.
Remember that
my
shit?
God.
That was the
Nah,
scary. That
you
was
never
the
smoked the
That was the
simulated, dude.
scariest 3 months of my life.
That was horrifying. I
Because
did it
every
once.
time I would go out and hang out with my friends, my parents would be like, "Did you do shaman today?" And I'm like,
Of course
"No."
I did.
Did you do shamans? They'd start like you come home and they open up with an accusation.
It wasn't every day, but I do remember like one of my dads, like he worked with a guy one time, and like his son overdosed and died because of shaman, and he was super paranoid about me doing it.
I'd be paranoid too, though. Like as a parent,
Especially
like,
if
that's,
I
like,
was
so
your kid.
fucking scary.
Especially
I'd be
if I
more
was your
paranoid
son.
if I was on shaman.
Yeah, true.
Like you fucking dude.
I
like,
wouldn't come home if I was on
Yeah,
shaman.
yeah.
I'd be like, I can't go anywhere. The CIA is waiting for me there.
I
I can't go
smoked-
home.
I did it once, and there was only a little bit sprinkled on top of
You
it.
did shaman?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
And
did
it
that
was-
once.
You
too,
lied to
yeah.
my dad?
Yeah, I think so.
You li-
He didn't ask me. I was like, this is like ridiculous. Like I was just staring at a wall for like probably.
Are you
an
talking
hour.
about shaman or salvia?
Yeah. It
No,
feels
it
like
was
it's
shaman.
it feels like it's been fucking forever,
I
but
never
it's only
did-
been a couple of minutes.
I never
Yeah.
did shaman.
Yeah, I was hanging out with I can't remember what.
Salvia
Tyler
is-
Alkin.
It's totally different.
Back when Tyler
Yeah.
Alkin was still a person that lived in Oswego. I think he might still be.
I
But
remember
like
him.
I remember I was probably like 16, 15, and when I was hanging with like, Andrew Walters and like that pseudo crew, like we went over to Tyler Alkin's house. He had just moved out of his parents' house or whatever, and we went over and we smoked shaman, and it was like the longest 15 minutes
Yeah.
of my life. Like I went home and went to sleep like mid-high, but when I was awake it felt like eternity.
Yeah.
And it was only like 15 minutes.
It's also it's basically like weed, like the paranoia you get from weed, like amplified like a lot,
Yes.
like a lot, like 11.
Yeah, a lot.
It's not. I don't know. I don't even know what it really was.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just knew that it was like a thing you could get, and we were like, well, whatever, we'll try a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And it was legal, which is weird.
Yeah, that was super weird. It was legal, but it was
That's-
only sold in the seediest places.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't buy it, not even at a gas station, which is like the second seediest like establishment you can own. It was Haggerty's hot spots.
Yeah.
Aces up.
It's
It
actually
was
fucking
only-
scary.
Yeah. It wasn't even sold in places that they actively called drugstores. Like
Yeah.
it was sold in the same place
It didn't
you would
last
buy
that
like
long though. Like it disappeared fast.
Yeah.
Probably because it shouldn't have been appearing
It
fast in the
should-
first place. Like it
it should
have
not have been visible to the public.
No. Who the fuck comes up with that shit? They're like, well, we can get it through. We can get it
Scientists,
through.
like pseudoscientists in Russia.
Yeah.
Like they're not even, like they're chemists, but like
It's bro science.
yeah, they probably made it. Some like Russian warlord made a ton of money off of
Yeah.
that though.
Yeah.
Like designer drugs, it's got to be such a crazy good racket to be in.
For sure.
You have to have like a lot of startup money, but like Crocodile, fundamentally gasoline, and people will shoot up with it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's the thing now is like you can just have a ton of money and you can make a ton of money just by having a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
just buy something that's lucrative.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
That's basically what capitalism is. It's
Yeah.
like if you were born rich, you're fucking set. Go do the world is your fucking oyster. If you were born anything else, you
Now
are
you have
either
to-
like you're either a worker or you're the kind of person that like the vast majority of the working class has been tricked into hating.
Yeah. Like you just work for the guy who was born with a bunch of money.
Yep.
And then
That's-
back in the day, it's like you used to just be born into power.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
Like you would just be
Like
born
monarchy.
a prince.
Yeah,
And
you'd either be
that's-
born a peasant or a prince, and
Yeah.
that's kind of the way things are still going now.
Yeah, it's just a different way.
Yeah.
It's a more
It's
disguised
glorified
way as well.
feudalism, you know.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. But like I said, how do you change that really? You know, how do you change the entire infrastructure?
You kill everyone on the Forbes 500 list.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the only way you could do it is you kill all the billionaires. That's the only way it happens.
Or we just nuke the entire country ourselves.
yeah, you set off
and then
some
we start
ICBMs.
start from scratch.
Yeah. bomb the country into non-existence. And like the fucked up thing is like we've not existed as a country that long.
Yeah.
Like we haven't been around that long to like have output as much suffering as we have.
I think no one.
It's pretty crazy.
We just don't correct mistakes either, though.
Yeah, no, we just
keep
let
making them over and over again.
Yeah, because there's no profit in doing that.
There's also no. We've also had no like huge repercussions like that have actually like done significant damage to us.
Not that have done significant damage to anyone who was in power. For sure.
Well, the thing is, even with national debt, it's like we're still living the same way.
Yeah.
It hasn't really affected us directly. We just know that there's this huge cloud over our heads, and we have to acknowledge it at some point. But it's like we're just gonna keep pushing it off. It's like people's personal debt. They just keep pushing it off. And
I think that's like part of the reason why white nationalism is getting such a huge platform is because like it's just a bunch of white dudes who don't want to pay their comeuppance.
Right.
You know, they don't want things to change unless it's in their favor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I feel like as soon as you turn 18, you apply for a credit card with no limit, and then you just
you're done. And like
and
the thing
they're
about
going to give it to you.
like,
that's the thing, is they're going to just give it to you because they're going to, it's like, it doesn't really make any sense. And when the credit card first came out, it's like everybody thought it was the greatest thing ever because they could just start buying shit and not really paying for it. People were just going to abuse it from the start.
Anecdotally, like when I was a kid, I got bit in the face by a dog, and I won an $18,000 like lawsuit.
I thought you were gonna say dog.
Yeah, I won an $18,000 dog.
They're like, you got bit in the face by a dog, but here, you know what we're gonna do to make up for that?
We're gonna give you a different dog. He's worth a lot.
We'll swap him out.
He's got like 400,000 followers on Instagram. Like you monetize him quick. Like.
It wasn't your dog that bit you. It has to be someone else's, right? So you just have to find someone else's dog that's bite happy and just stick your face in it. Bite me. I need money.
But like, I was just starting college at that point, and there's such a barrier to entry for adulthood that like the second you become an adult, it stops being about acquiring skills and making the best of yourself. Yeah. And it's more about trade-offs. It's more about like, I can have all this money or I can go to school. Yeah. Or I can go to school or I can go into the workforce. And I can like express like who I am and like be, you know, what I am, or I can like have a job at McDonald's so that I can make money to feed my family or whatever. Well, and those are just a couple of examples like people go through. You know?
That's the thing is like it's all laid out like the way society lays it out is like go to school, you know, get a job from what you've been taught and have a family and do all that shit. But now it's like, I don't know. Is that really the case nowadays? Yeah. It's like no one really seems to want to do that.
No, it's basically like survive.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's like the thing.
Find a way to survive and also throw your jewel half.
Yeah, throw your jewel at everyone.
But the round begins now.
But that's also going back to like the way the internet works. It's like a free market where you can just
dangerous, man.
Put out whatever you want and
the internet should have stopped in like 2004.
It was a mistake. It was like honestly like there's not a more potent platform to sow disinformation than the internet.
I think it's just that we don't know how to use the internet. Yeah. We have not adapted to the internet at all. Mm-hmm. And the fact that it keeps moving and pushing itself forward and like changing, we're never gonna adapt to it because it's gonna keep evolving. Mm-hmm. It's like even technology and shit, like AI is so advanced that like we're probably never gonna get used to how good AI is. Yeah, I'm sure there's AI that's better than what we currently have that there is being developed, which is fucking crazy because. But it's so weird because Apple and Google and all those places want to get their hands on that AI immediately because they want to be the best product out there.
Yeah, they're developing it.
Yeah. That's another good thing about competition is they're going to keep pushing you to make better AI. And at a certain point, it gets too much.
That's the scary thing about AI, too, is like where it's at right now with quantum computing is already completely unrecognizable as intelligence.
Yeah.
it's you wouldn't even know how to relate to it.
The thing is,
It
you
already
gotta,
views you as an inside.
when they can program like human faults and emotions, then you're in trouble.
It's not good. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's like Ex Machina, dude.
Yeah,
No. It's like that one. I can't remember what they named her, but that one android at MIT.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
The
yeah.
one that they turned into a Nazi?
She no.
No,
Whoa.
the other one?
Not-
That one's definitely scary because they just fed her Twitter feeds. But
Yeah.
the one who I think she was on Jimmy Kimmel. But she
the
already
fucking-
recognizes.
the-
she already recognizes that she's an intelligence. She recognizes that she exists.
The one that was the actual robot.
That's scary. Yes.
Okay, yeah. That one was
I don't
fucked
know
up.
if you-
Well,
they're
I've,
only
I've
gonna
seen the
keep improving
Animatrix.
it.
I've seen
or
the
Rebecca. It's
I've
like
seen
a
the-
white girl name. It's definitely a white girl name for this robot.
Well, wasn't there
Elizabeth.
like a few that were like trying to communicate with each other, and they kind of like just had to put an end to it? Like the thing is, when they start communicating with each other, that's kind of when
Yeah.
you want to
Sophia.
Go, like,
Sophia. Yes,
yeah, that's right.
It's a white girl name, but she's like, you can tell that she means well. You can tell that she's like she's trying to help people.
But it's like they're only going to be as good as we
What's
program them.
Yeah, but like also like
what if
what's
they
the
learn
qualifier for
how-
helping people?
What if they learn
Like
how
is
to
it like
program
is it a
themselves?
cull?
Also,
Is it like a
do we need it?
Nope. You know, I think honestly, the Fallout universe is the place to be.
Because what are the
Up until
benefits?
2077.
yeah?
Yeah,
What-
if you
what
die
are
in
the-
2076, you're good.
But here's the thing: like, what are the actual pros versus the cons of having AI technology? Like that? Not only AI, but like robots.
If we go the good route, it's automation. We don't have to do any
Yes.
drudgery work.
That's fine if you have simple
And-
robot, like simple machines that can do those things.
Yeah. And like this might make you uncomfortable, but the idea of having surgical implants where you can have instantaneous access to like the information and processing power required to like be more creative or know a fact immediately, you
Yeah.
know? But again, it goes back to like the internet. If you have instantaneous access to that information, if you can Google something in your mind,
Immediately.
like
yes.
immediately, like you'll much more quickly expose yourself to information. It'd be immediately you can immediately polarize yourself politically.
Yeah. And everyone would be equal, essentially.
And
Everyone would be
that's
on a playing field.
I think that's a good thing. I think
Yeah.
that like having like it'd be like the most potent nootropic ever.
It
I
could
think,
be, but it would change everything.
Yeah.
Like there would be no structure to society because there's no hierarchy. There's no like this person is more talented at this than
Yep.
someone else. Everyone's at the same exact level on everything.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Honestly, like I think
Could
that's
be,
probably
but
like
it could also be a horrible thing.
it has the potential. Like at what point are you
It
know?
reminds me of the episode of SpongeBob where Squidward gets into the fucking squid development. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Where everybody,
Oh,
they all play
With
clarinet.
canned bread?
Yeah, they all play clarinet.
Canned
they all
bread.
eat canned bread. You know, they all do the same Zumba thing. They all work at the same job.
They're all fucking soul cycling and shit.
yeah,
like-
that shit freaks me out.
but also, if you think about it, that's basically the white existence. Like that's like the dream for most white people is to live in like a development and go to a yoga class and have your like $90,000 a year, you know, desk job. And
Yeah, it's weird that like people kind of strive to get into a groove, basically a stagnant
a cookie
place.
cutter existence. Yeah.
Yeah, and
you
just
can
keep
live
doing
there
the same
forever
thing
and
over
just
and
be
over.
fine
But that's
because it
the
doesn't
end goal.
challenge you.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
the goal though. Is we want to be in a spot where we just have a house, we go to work, and then come home, and then
Yeah.
that's it.
And that's capitalism.
And that's kind of what it already is. That's what it is. You have the white picket fence. You go to you fucking.
It's just
work.
less and less people are getting that now because we
Yes.
just like the wealth
and there's
doesn't
less
exist.
white picket fences too. You know? You don't see those very often.
It's a very rare thing in America now. Now it's just
you gotta
like
go to the burbs.
it's
Get a house in the
it's
burbs.
dilapidated exposed wood fences now.
Yeah. Or chain link fences.
Chain link fences.
Shane's a better idea than rope.
with dogs.
That's true. Yeah. I prefer
I don't think
a
I've
rope fence. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
That
That is
seems incredibly not.
that's on the docks. Maybe.
that freaking. I don't think I've ever laughed harder in my life than watching you try not to laugh at that clip I pulled up. I'm mentioning that again just because that was so good.
I think the rope the only time you see a rope fence is in a wrestling ring.
I feel like
That's true, and it's not even really a rope. It's like
not
it's
even
elastic.
a fence. Yeah,
It's just elastic
It's not a
pants
rope
bands
or a
tied
fence.
together.
oh,
it kind of is. Those things are actually really hard. Like they hurt when you fucking land.
Really?
Those. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not soft. They're not.
Can you
like
imagine
rubber
if they
bands.
fought in white picket fences?
They should
instead?
do that. You just go.
Oh
through it and
my
do it.
God.
So
They should have
wait,
a
if
picket
wrestling
fence
rings
match.
were picket fences instead of ropes, it'd be hilarious watching somebody try and climb into the ring.
It would suck, dude. So many people would get impaled. Like,
Wait, why would you make them
it's fucking
sharp?
celebrity death match.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but
Do you
eventually,
remember that
if
shit?
everybody's AIs, you can just build
vaguely-
wrestlers.
I vaguely remember that.
and if
show.
they die,
That
they
was-
die.
That show was the claymation one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
dude. They had a game. They had a celebrity deathmatch video game for
They
the
did.
PlayStation.
They did
It
have
was
one of those.
really good. I mean, good is in this case is super subjective because it was.
It's also
bad.
PlayStation.
Oh
was
wait,
objectively
you know what I want to
bad,
get back
but
to?
yeah.
You know what you said, and I was like, yeah, I'm on board with that 100%. Capitalism ruined video games, and I was
did.
just talking about this with somebody. God damn it, I always do this. But I think it was Christian. We were talking about how you never see double, like you have single A industries, which we will say are indie companies.
Yeah.
Triple A is like Activision, EA, Blizzard, whatever. You never see double A games anymore.
Yeah.
Like you never see
The
those
real
middling.
problem is that the market is what's speaking, and people keep paying money to these things.
I think the other thing is too is that when the PS2 was around, it was way cheaper to make a video game than it is now.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, people are gonna constantly voice about how they don't like the business practices of these
And
things,
still buy the
but
games.
they're still gonna give you the fucking
yeah,
money.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just basing this.
That's the thing. Like, at what point is it the market speaking, and at what point is it like a game of telephone,
Yeah.
where like the market speaks to the people, and then the people repeat it, but it's a different thing. You know, like I guess I'm trying to put it in like a very abstract term, but like it's just sort of
To
like
me, that's the problem, though, is that people keep buying the games and perpetuating
Yeah,
like,
them.
well, I
if
mean,
you
for
just stop, like, think about it. If EA puts a shit ton of money into a fucking game and they want to monetize the shit out of it, and no one fucking buys it, everybody goes, "No, we don't like your business practices."
But
And
this is
they
Why
the
buy
other
it.
thing
buying
that we
it,
were
yeah.
talking about was that like people like us three right now that are talking about how the business practices are shady, we are a very, very small amount of people.
yeah.
I would say most people don't even think about how
They
sketchy the
don't, but
industry
and
is.
also like who's influencing them to buy it? You have Harley Morenstein on fucking Twitch playing like the new
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront, and that's probably the most expensive game
They
available
actually-
right now.
They were talking about
like
how
next to WoW, you know.
companies nowadays spend more money paying streamers and YouTubers
Yep.
than they do making commercials.
Yeah,
I think it's a lot
an
of the-
incredibly lucrative industry if you can get into it.
Casual gamers
Yeah.
that don't like fucking actually like
Like,
go
we
on
were talking
message
about the
boards
pe-
and
pe-
talk about it and shit.
We were talking about people that like when they get Call of Duty, that's all they play. They play it
That's-
like once
yeah,
a week or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they get Madden, they play just
It's-
Ultimate Team because
yeah.
they, you know.
Yep.
It's the guy who goes to work and then comes home and just happens who got a PS4 to play Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
You know.
So
And like you don't
it's-
even have to be objectively good at the game to
Right.
Like
Have
it's
fun.
not even like we're rewarding people who are like objectively good and competing. We're idolizing people who are funny or idolizing
Yeah.
people who agree with us with like our political framework. Like it's everywhere. You might think that like, you know, you can't get political all the time, but it's actually everywhere in your face all the
yeah.
time because capitalism is actually a political framework. It's
Yeah.
like
But yeah,
bootstrap bullshit. That doesn't
But even the
actually
people
exist.
who do recognize these things, they're still going to buy these games, and that's part of the
Yeah.
problem. And they
'Cause their friends
pre-order
do.
these games as well. They're like, "Well, we're going to give you guys the money before the game's even done."
yeah.
my big thing is
Pre-ordering and like
pre-ordering is fucked.
like pay like
Yeah, it is
like early
do you
access.
remember, do you remember the
bullshit, like-
last game you pre-ordered? I do.
the show
Well, okay.
because I
show.
know I was going to get. But that game is awesome. The thing is,
Here we go.
the thing is,
Buckle up.
This goes back to AI though, because it was scaring me the other night. I was playing and my picture fucking because like you can set up how. like each umpire is going to call a ball and strike differently.
Yeah.
So you have to pay attention to who the umpire is to know where your pitches should be. Because like you can throw like a lower ball under the strike zone.
That's pretty
He
exciting.
sent me like an essay about how crazy this game is.
If you have the right umpire and he has like a lower strike zone tendency, you can throw lower ball. You can get away with lower pitches.
Yeah.
So like there was one where I threw a fucking clear strike and he called it a ball, and my pitcher literally looked at the fucking umpire and gave him a look and shit. Like, and he was like the pitcher was legitimately pissed off.
That's pretty cool.
That the fucking ump didn't give him the call.
But we're also
and I was
talking-
like, holy shit! Like this AI is awesome. Like the fucking realism is unbelievable. So like even that level is kind of like getting to the point where we're like, oh shit! Like they're starting to get a little crazy.
Pretty
here.
crazy. That's like the thing. Like the reason that game is so good, though, I think, is because it's like based on a sport that's existed for centuries.
Yes.
Like
The
so
thing
it's
about
like,
baseball too is it's slow paced, and they did a lot of work on
you have to implement
facial
different things.
Yeah, they did a lot of like actual facial expressions and things like that. Where,
Don't they? No, go ahead.
like the pitcher will be disappointed in certain pitches, and
yeah.
you know they'll have actual expression on their faces, which is something that a lot of games are going to end up having.
Yeah.
They already sort of are. Some games more than others, but
Well, don't they actually mocap all the players to get their actual?
yeah,
I
like
know,
batting, like swings and pitching styles. and
NBA
things.
2K does that, where they mocap. If you're an NBA player, they mocap you and they have you.
It's
run,
in your
like,
contract.
That's crazy.
They have you run drills.
It's in your contract.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
they're signed with, like, they have an affiliation with the NFL Players Association or the NBA Players Association,
Yeah.
like the
That
union, the
makes
player
sense.
unions.
And
I think
so
that's licensing.
all the players get a.
It's also part of the problem is that
yeah.
one company has that license, and
Yeah.
they're the only company that makes
Activision,
those games, and now you have to buy that to get a basketball game or
Yeah.
a football game or whatever.
Yeah. But it's fucking crazy because they mocap players, and when you like, if you made a player and you were like, I want my guy to play like Michael Jordan,
You just give them his
can-
animations.
you can click Michael Jordan's animations, and everything your guy does is exactly the same as Michael Jordan. Or you can make hybrids, so you can have your guy like
be
shoot
like,
like
I got
Michael
Jordan dunks, but I got the
Yeah.
layup of a fucking Spud Webb.
You can have like the way you can have Michael Jordan's dunks, lay up like Carmelo Anthony,
That's
shoot like
actually
Kobe, and it's
crazy.
actually mocapped accurately and it looks smooth. You know what I mean?
But it's basically it's like different equipment for your character.
yeah, basically
Like,
every
it's-
single
it's like
one
different
plays
armor.
I
differently.
can't wait until we can make people with we can pick and choose
Gattaca,
their
dude.
animations.
You can. It's fucking. It's designer babies, man.
Yeah. Oh, you can. Pick
I want my baby to have blue eyes,
Yeah.
and red
Blonde
hair,
hair.
and dunk like Jordan. Like,
Dude, how much money do you think it would be? Like, you've seen Gattaca, right?
yeah,
Have you seen Gattaca?
I don't think
It's
so.
a good movie. But like, how much money would it be if you were like, I want our baby to be like? Would you have to sacrifice IQ point? Like, basically, what I'm
but you
trying
get
to
a
say,
certain like points.
Could you, like-
It's a point system. Like,
Yeah, you
how-
get a
what
point
your
you have to
system.
baby looks
divvy
like.
it up. the
like
right
you're
way.
creating a character in an RPG.
Yeah.
Can you like subtract 30 points of IQ and add 30 points to athleticism?
Yeah.
To make
You're like,
your
I
kid,
need Aaron Rodgers' arm throwing motion.
I need my kid to be Odell Beckham,
Yeah.
but he's
I think
dumb as fuck.
I think the concept of designer babies is already super not
Yeah.
like it's
'Cause you can
like
just get
super
the-
authoritarian, but like
Yeah.
I also think that like the point system is pretty socialist. Honestly, like everyone starts out with like the same points,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you have to like
It seems fair. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta sacrifice points to add him.
Or you can just be like,
That's
I'm going
crazy.
Usain Bolt. Like I'm going Usain
like,
Bolt.
I want to make my
max all.
Speed
I want-
Yeah,
99.
max speed.
99 speed.
You can customize everything to
It's
the
like more
color
when
of
you
their
just jumping.
toenails. Like you can make
Everybody
it
has
so
the same overall rating, though.
yeah. Everybody starts at 65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You have to develop it
you
over
have to
time.
develop
Yeah.
as you go.
You get experience points and shit.
You guys ever
Yeah.
play Morrowind?
Yeah.
I remember when I first played Morrowind, I rigged my Xbox controller
is
to
that
like
3 or
infinitely
4?
press A, and my character just jumped while I was like doing shit, and then I'd come home and my character was like at like 99 agility, and I was like running and like jumping on water,
Could
just
you, like-
jumping
you could,
across
like-
water and shit.
You could like jump over buildings. Was that acrobatics?
Yeah,
Is Morrowind
acrobatics.
3? Is that the third one?
It.
Four?
I think it's the third one. Morrowind's the third one.
Okay, I have it.
I think-
They gave it away for free on PC a couple days
Yeah,
ago. I
because it
just
was
got
Really?
it.
the
Yeah.
it was
shit.
the 20th anniversary.
I
of
downloaded it because it was and their website was getting bombed.
Yeah.
I had to wait like 5 hours to just
That's
get
crazy.
access to
Well, like the thing about it is like the Elder Scrolls games are like objectively bad. Like they're just not. They're not
No,
good
they're
games. Like Skyrim is not good. I
I've
don't even
barely
enjoy
played it.
Skyrim, but I enjoy Skyrim. But I look at it, I'm like, this
You
game
don't
is
you don't
such
play
garbage.
it. You don't play it for the gameplay.
I
and
guess
you
it's for the
don't
flexibility
Really play
of
it for
the-
this. You play it for the
Yeah.
to make your own path.
See,
Yeah.
they maxed the flexibility points. That's
Yeah.
why
They took all
that's
the
why the
points.
game.
They took all the points out of creativity. At least with
I like Skyrim mods better than I like the actual
Oh, yeah.
game. Like I like fighting Thomas
you know
the
what
Train.
you know what game you should get.
My headphones just died.
Rip.
Rip. GG.
Have you played
There
Vampire
we
yet?
go. Maybe Vampire.
Yeah,
No, I haven't.
you should. It's pretty sweet. It's like a cross between Bloodborne and Mass Effect.
Really?
You play as a doctor that you wake up in a pile of bodies and you find out that you're a vampire. The Spanish flu is going through Europe, and 1 in every couple hundred people that die of the Spanish flu turn,
No way.
and you have to figure out like
Loudest
why.
vehicle ever. I
But,
love how
like,
every time we have the window open,
It's
the
when
loudest
everybody
truck
everybody
has to
drives
go by.
Jesus.
But it's like you played Mass Effect,
the world's
right?
procedurally generated.
Yeah.
Or would it be
It
Mass
is
Effect?
random.
I guess it'd be Mass Effect, how you build relationships up with the characters and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like that, but it's a full fucking map. Like, it's just I can't really explain it.
I wicked want to play. Is it a PC game?
It's on everything, yeah. It's really good.
I got free time
It's got
tonight,
like it's
too.
got like blood,
Oh,
it's got like
man.
Bloodborne's it's got like Bloodborne's aesthetic and like a sort of Dark Souls Bloodborne type
How much is
combat
it?
system. I bought it. It came out last June, and I got it for $20 recently, like a few months ago. I got it for like 20.
Man,
or
if
30.
if you said like 60, I was like, I'm not playing that.
It's
Like,
definitely not
19.99.
60.
Because I saw Devil May Cry
For
5
PC?
come out, and I was like, I wicked want this, but it's $60.
That's the
it's on
thing.
PC.
There's definitely games I want to play that are still $60 retail.
And that's the fucked up thing is like if you're like a Twitch streamer or whatever, especially if like you're just starting out, and that's a pretty good model for like being poor in capitalism.
Yeah.
Is like if you're like if you don't have a whole lot of money,
Yeah.
you can't get in. Like you
That's
can't
the thing.
be a Twitch
As
streamer.
a Twitch streamer, you can afford every single game, and you just buy the newest game,
It's,
play it, and everyone watches you because you're playing the newest game.
It's $27 on cdkeys.com, but I don't know. I've never used it before.
I've never used CD keys.
But I heard it's not as sketchy as G2A.
No, it isn't. There's no
It's
way
$50
it is.
on Steam. I thought
Every
it was still on
website
sale.
ever is less sketchy than G2A.
$50 on
It's still
I'm not
50.
playing
I
that.
don't know.
You
why.
could buy it on 4chan and it would be less sketchy than G2A.
Yeah, but yeah, next time it goes on sale, put it in your wish list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it'll
Because
give
it's
you-
definitely going to go on sale this summer.
I'm wicked.
That's the
trying to play
one thing I really like
That's
about Steam is the
crazy.
wish list because it'll send you an
Yup.
email every time one of your games is on
Just
sale.
like how Visage is only $25.
Yeah,
that. Visage.
Remember PT?
it's sort of
Yeah,
a
it's
spiritual
It's kind of like
successor.
that. It's like like Seth said, a spiritual successor to PT. They took
Oh,
PT's
man.
framework and turned it into a full game.
That's
And
cool.
That's the idea. It's still early access. I
yeah,
think.
it's not finished yet.
I'd play. The
I
fuck
watched
out
the
of that.
first version, and the first version of the game is still like 2 or 3 hours long, and that's only
That's
like
my kind
Act
of
1.
horror game though. Is like when you don't have weapons. Like
Yeah.
you're totally
And
helpless.
that's why Alien
That's why I liked
Isolation.
Outlast.
Yeah.
Alien Isolation works really well too, because the weapons don't.
Yeah.
they
The
protect you
weapons
from.
are somewhat effective, but,
But like the alien doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I use just the flamethrower
such
just
a
to
good
scare
game.
them away, and then you
Yeah.
get like 5 seconds of free time, and then you have to.
It's like,
flamethrower
wait a
them.
second.
You want to talk about crazy AI in games? The AI in Alien Isolation is crazy because the alien learns how you play.
Yeah.
So if you like, there was like a 45-minute
AI also
video
stands
talking
for
about how crazy the AI was.
Alien Isolation.
Yeah, it does.
AI.
The AI in AI is great.
Yeah.
But
so
they-
you have to think about
Yeah.
what you would have done, not what the alien's gonna do.
Yeah,
So like you
like-
can't learn it. You have to learn yourself.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because the game starts off and the alien shows up about an hour in or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the first area where the alien is stalking you, it's a compact area, but every single room has multiple different hiding spots. You can hide under a bed, under a desk, in a locker, in a closet. But if, like, let's say you hide in a locker and the alien catches you in the locker, it's going to check the locker first from that point on.
Oh, shit.
So you eventually, by the end of the game, you have to be a master at every single way of avoiding the alien. Otherwise, it's going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard.
You can't just sit in the, like, especially if it comes up to you, to the locker, like, it's right in front of it. You have to, like, there's a command to, like, hold your breath or some shit, and you have to, like, do it. You have to time it right so that you don't go like, and then it opens the door and rips you apart.
Rips you up in pieces. But like, I got stuck on it because I'm at the part now. I want you to play it, so I'm not going to say anything about the plot. Mm-hmm. But I'm near.
That's probably, you can get that for cheaper.
Oh, it's on Game Pass, so it's.
I mean, even on Steam, it's probably $10.
If that, yeah. But it's just the whole game. I only hid in places and under places, but now every time I hide, it catches me there, even if it's not looking for me. It knows that I could be anywhere because it runs into me so often, and it'll just instinctively, like, you can hear it checking lockers and under places and shit. Like, it's fucking scary.
That's terrifying.
So I had to learn how to use all the equipment. And that, since I spent so much of the game only hiding, and I never used the noisemaker or the bombs.
Yeah,
or the
if you make
flamethrower.
like noisemakers, you can basically throw it in a direction you're not going, and then move the other way.
Yeah,
but it's
that's
just
really the way to go.
It's like it's just crazy. It's like, you ever play the Amnesia games? You played Amnesia, right?
Yeah.
I've seen people play Amnesia.
It's like that, but like completely like better, like objectively better than Amnesia. Plus, it's Alien.
That's great.
So like,
yeah, that's a bonus.
That's the added bonus. Yeah, the thing could have been like a fucking, like a Fisher cat.
A Smurf.
It
Could have been a Smurf.
Could have been a Smurf, and it would have been a great.
They
Imagine if they
do
did
that.
Alien Isolation, but
Smurf
with
Isolation.
fucking
Smurfs.
Chucky.
Oh my god,
That'd be so great. He's like,
I feel like that's a mod already.
he's saying one-liners and shit.
It's probably a mod for fucking that. What's that game? Dead by Daylight.
Probably.
I love Dead by Daylight.
I don't mind it. I feel like Friday the 13th was easier to play than Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
I think it also walked you through it a little bit better. 'Cause
Yeah.
with Dead by Daylight,
they just
it
kinda
throws you in,
into
and
it,
I'm
yeah.
like, well, I don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah.
what is any of that? There's like no HUD either. Like
Yeah.
anything. That
I
tells you
love
what to
that
do.
about it. I love the difficulty of the game. Like, I'm not super great at it, but I enjoy the shit out of like juking the killer when I manage to do it. Like, it's just so
You
good.
spin move them
Yeah.
and shit.
Fucking Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Again.
Blast
You,
them
like,
with
hurdle-
the fucking flashlight, and they're like, "Arrgh!" Like, that's the
Hurdle
best
over
fucking
them into
part.
the end zone.
Like, literally, and that's like the best part of the game. Like, you cannot kill your enemy.
Yeah.
You can only distract or like temporarily stop him, but he's coming for you no matter what. Like,
I
or
did
hide.
like the teleport you can do in Friday the 13th, though. You like sort of you can almost fast travel in a way, like across the map.
Is that the first 4v1 game?
Evolve, but Evolve was bad.
Was Evolve bad? It looked
Yeah.
really good when I was watching it.
It was bad.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I heard they fixed a lot of it, but I haven't
It's
played
gone
it since
now.
then. I played it like the beta, and I was like,
The
oh,
only
I'm
other
interested.
like 4v1 game I can think of is Mario Party, but that's 3v1.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
WarioWare.
The only other 4v1 game I can think of is 3v1.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess Left 4 Dead kind of did something similar, where it was like you had a team that was trying to get to an objective, and the other team preventing them from getting to it.
getting there, yeah.
dude, Left 4 Dead was fucking crazy. When that game first came out, I was like, video games can just stop being made. Like,
Yeah,
this
Left 4
is
Dead,
it.
yeah.
That's like Left 4 Dead was
That's actually the only game I can get Kat to play.
really.
Yeah, she loves Left 4 Dead.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
She really wanted to play Cuphead. And then, like, we started playing
no.
Cuphead. She's
That
like, this
is-
is way too fucking hard.
Yeah, I heard that's wicked hard.
That
It's
game is fucking
so
ridiculous.
It's insanely hard. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be hard if your head is a cup. You
Yeah.
know?
He's got a point.
yeah, for
He
real.
has a
I mean,
point.
you're super fragile. Like,
Yeah.
is your brain the stuff in there? Is it just
Yeah.
the
What's
coffee
in
or
the
whatever?
cup, though?
Is it chocolate milk? I
It's
feel like
like
it's
a
probably
porcelain
chocolate milk.
cup.
It's
and
house
was-
centipedes.
Like liquid house centipedes?
That's a good throwback.
Is
I
house,
think we
it's
can end
only
on
house
that
centipede
throwback.
poison?
Let's call it quits on the house centipede throwback.
Yeah, yes. I feel like every joke that we've made today has come full circle.
Yeah, of course
sure.
it has. I think what we've learned is that house centipedes are better than dying. House centipedes in your butt are better than dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
still up
like,
for debate.
yeah.
I wish we had a guide like to pull up polls. Like, put it on the poll. Would you rather put a house centipede in your ass or take 5 years off your
We
life?
should do that on our website. We'll put up
Yeah.
like the would you rathers, and then we'll have people vote on them.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's a really good idea.
It's actually a really good. Idea.
You should do like polls on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like in your Instagram stories, just like, would you rather die, you know,
we
in
can
5
do
years,
that.
or have 5 years taken off your life, or house centipedes in your
That's a
asshole?
good idea.
Yeah.
We got to come up with a bunch of would you rathers first. Though.
No.
So that's it. Thanks
Yeah.
for being here, man. It was fun.
Absolutely, dude. This was a lot of fun. I'm surprised it took me so long to.
It was
come on,
it was a
but
good time.
I had to prepare my talking points.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I see that you have all your notes here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have the scorpion, you have the
I got
bottle
the
cap.
scorpion, the jewels.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was fun.
We'll do it again.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening,
Who
guys.
should we do next week?
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just,
just
fly by
stumble.
the seat of our pants.
We
as
should, we
always
should see what
As
Bill's
always,
up to.
yeah.
We should do what Bill's up to.
I would
Yeah,
love to see an Ill Bill episode.
Bill's always a classic. You know,
Bill,
you gotta mix
we
him
should
in.
have Bill on. When's the last time we had Bill on?
Pussy Slayers, probably, right?
Yeah.
Episode 1. It's been 60 episodes.
I don't know.
Episode 60. 9 more seasons.
It's on our website.
Do it.
You can see all the guests and their episodes now on our website.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you can
Clear shot.
You can only watch one person if you want. Skip all the other ones. Only watch the Ill Bill episode.
Wicked funny.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. ClearShotsPodcast.com is where you'll find links to everything we do. You can check us out on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and check us out on Periscope for live videos. If you have anything you want to ask us, send us an email at clearshotspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. We will see you next time.